Yeah, today we have a very interesting personality, popularly known as Prof. There's a reason why it's called Prof. When you say someone's a professor, that means they have wealth of knowledge in a certain field. And today's topic is going to really be very, it's going to be very beneficial to all of us because this is something many of us overlook in terms of sales, right? So, Prof. Oh, let's let him say his real name.
I think it's just overstating the title. It's not really academic. The word prof.
It's not academic. Yeah. It's sales. It's
So-
a real estate prof. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Maybe one of these days I'll probably tell you people how.
The name.
That
No, you
came
tell us
about.
to do. What happened today? Don't tell me today.
Maybe later on. It was actually from Mr. Wali.
Is that why?
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
Yeah.
So my name is Ajaya Yemide, and I'm a real estate consultant with Land Investment Limited.
Okay. Mr. Ajayi Ayomide, right? Is a top producer. A top producer is someone that sells. He sells on a consistent basis, right? So, yeah. So, today's topic is, let me say it exactly the way it is, because maintaining momentum after closing. So, I think the general understanding what we're talking about is how do you keep that flow? How do you keep in touch with people you've closed? You know, there's this general consensus that all of us, when you just want the money, that's the major mindset most new clients have that we close. They just want my money after it will disappear. But there are some clients, there are some people that have gotten so good at following up even with people that have gone. Of course, for obvious reasons and all of that. And they just some tactics they use. Do you understand? Some people, I've heard of someone that they invited the person. Christmas is always going to their house to go and eat amala. Client, someone that started as a client now is like a family friend. So, and Mr. Personally, I've seen him do it, right? I've seen Prof do it. Prof knows how to follow up, how to. So, sir, what can you say? What is the? Do you have any? First of all, what are the advantages? Why should we do this?
It's really important, if not the most important service in real estate, if not the most, because as important as closing is, the real importance of the service you can ever give your client is the one that is post-closing, actually, because that is what would give referrals. And that is what would cement that relationship you have with your client, right? Because there is this belief that client has that a realtor is, or maybe a real estate consultant is basically after my money.
Yeah.
I give it to you and the transaction is done, right? So it is left for the real estate consultant to come from a different perspective and a different angle entirely. You understand? And to make sure that he builds a relationship that goes beyond transaction, right? Relationship that goes beyond, how do you even do that? How do you build a relationship that goes beyond transaction, right? It is from the point of you starting that transaction in the first instance. And as important as that is, it is not as important as what you do after the transaction. Because that is your number one opportunity for you to even give this client the impression that it is not about the transaction. I care about you, I care about your investment, and that is why I've gotten you to make this investment. And even after you've made this investment, what do I do after there is to watch over your investment and to also follow up with you. You know, not just as a client, but as a friend or as somebody who I want the best form of opportunities for. So it's really, really important, very important.
So, from what I hear you say now, there's something that stands out to me. There's an attribute, there's a trait. I think it's care.
Yeah.
You legit have to give a damn. Like you legit have to care about this client, right? You need need to be genuinely involved. If not, you might. I guess that's what you're trying to.
Yes. That involvement has to be there. It has to be there. So I'll give you a perfect example.
Exactly. I was going to ask you too, but thank you. Thank you.
I'll give you a perfect example of how I do it. And this shouldn't just even start from the post-closing. You understand? It has to start from the moment when you engage with client, right? Because the client has to have this impression that, oh, okay, don't call me anytime you need to maybe give me an information about real estate, about the investment and all that, right? How do you follow up with the client on the conversation, right? Do you say hi, weekend basis? Do you say happy weekend? If there's if it's a new week, do you relate to me? Is it all about business for you? So the client has to have that perception that it is all about business to you. So sometimes you call me out of the blue and you ask me how I'm doing and you don't even mention anything about business. You understand? Or probably the client tells you, oh, Ayo, I'm traveling, right? Can we talk after? Right? So when you engage the client later, the first thing you should do shouldn't even be about business. It should be about, oh sir, how was the trip? Hope you got there safely and all that. You may not even talk about business in that instance. You just let him know that, oh, I'm just calling to check on you, to find out how the trip was, and maybe I'll call you later for our discussion.
Yeah.
So that is not even the post. That's even before he invested. So he has an impression about you, and believe me, these are the things that would even get him to trust you. A client told me that I don't want this to be transactional, right? I want this to be beyond transaction, and that is the relationship I'm trying to build with you, right? Most times we talk three times a week and we don't even talk about real estate. You understand? Now, this person in question was the person that reached out to me when he wanted to buy. You understand? So I didn't even tell him about. We spoke about 5 times a week, and it wasn't about real estate. It was just about, how are you doing, sir? How is the family? We speak about spiritual stuff. We speak about things that excite him and all that, and how I can also better my life and all that. So he knows that part of me. I also know that part of him. Then he invested. Now that is the services during the stages of investing, of how you can get him to invest. Now, he has invested, right? And he has trusted you with his investment. How do you keep that trust? How do you keep that relationship? Because it's not easy for realtors, I'm telling you. We have loads of clients, we have loads of prospects, we have things we bother ourselves with and all that, and it's just so difficult to follow up at times.
I was going to wait for you. I was going to get there. If you have like 200 people, like I'm sure a lot of people have like 200 at least. 200 people you have in your contact list. How do you not drop the ball? How do you remember someone? What is your strategy? Do you have a strategy?
Okay, yeah, I do. Okay. So I work with my notebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do a lot of WhatsApp labeling.
Yeah.
WhatsApp labeling.
Yeah.
So on my WhatsApp labeling, I know people that have bought, prospects that have not actually even checked the product, clients that have checked prospects that have checked the product but have not bought. So I have labels like that, and I know where I categorize my prospect and my clients. Right? I follow up. I also have a notepad. Right? Okay. So I call Mr. Lagbaja today. Right? And Ayo, I'm sorry. Let's have a meeting next week Tuesday. Blah 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 and all that. I put it on the record on my notebook. Mr. Sunday, last conversation, let's have a call and all that. So I do that day to day, all my calls per day, right? I have a record for it. You understand? So it enables me to keep up with the conversation, with the level I'm at with the client. You understand? So it's easier for me to go back to my notebook and say, okay, I called Mr. Sunday yesterday. Okay. Yeah, and I put a reminder to it. If I need to call him next week, there's a reminder for that. If I need to call him Friday, there's a reminder for that. Yeah. So it enables me to follow up, right? So it's not jam-packed in my head. I have everything arranged somewhere, and I can go back to my notebook and check. Okay, this is where I'm with Mr. Sunday. This is where I'm with Mr. Sunday and all that. Likewise, for follow-up of people who are bought, I have a special note for that. You understand? And I have what I want to do for them and how I can actually follow up with them. You understand? Yes. I have everything labeled.
Okay.
both on my notepad and on my WhatsApp. So this strategy is just for you to keep in touch with these people, for you to have an arrangement, of the level of conversation you are.
That's with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know the labeling, you should know labeling. That means it's on WhatsApp business,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So WhatsApp business allows you to actually label your clients or your chats. Do you understand? Your customers. So you can put color codes to them, right? And give them names. That okay, this person, these are people that are to follow up today, people that follow up tomorrow. Do you understand? So that's what it is. Okay. This is a question. Do you have any unique time frame, or do you have a unique strategy as it pertains to the timing? Let's say you've closed. How soon do you ask for a referral? You say after you bought. Give me 2 people.
That's okay.
Do you have any unique?
Yes, I wouldn't say unique because it is not a standard strategy for everybody.
Okay.
So it depends. It varies. For some people, before we even close that transaction, right? I would have implanted it in your mind that, sir, can you just have a conversation with your friends about our investment? I'm sure it will interest them. You understand? So I'm creating that awareness. Do you have partners? If this is your investment and you've seen the advantage of it, and that's why you're investing, right? How about your partner? How about your friends? I wouldn't mind if you refer me and all that. I'll tell you what I did for one of my clients. So I visited her in her office once, at VI, and she works with a financial company, and I know she has colleagues who are capable of investing. So I've gone there, I've spoken to her, and she also she got me to speak with some of her colleagues. But after she bought, what I did was I sent her a package, right? But I didn't send her the package. I didn't send the package to her house. Of course, I have her house address. I didn't do that.
I think I know.
Intentionally, I send that package to her office. Right?
Secrets.
Yeah, and I wrote a handwritten message of appreciation. You understand? So while I was doing that, you know what I was imagining is how she would probably unwrap the package, bring out the note and start reading, and like, oh wow, this is touching, and she invites her friend and they see, oh okay, this person, you understand?
Yeah.
So that's it just came about, and I tell you, I got about 2 referrals from that person.
Wow.
From my office.
From
my office, right? So back to your question, like I said, it's not really that it's flexible actually. It's flexible. So after a client had actually purchased, right? Depending on the temperament of the person, right? If this person is someone that is relatable, you must have mentioned it even before you close the deal, right?
Yeah.
But if you see this person is quite formal with you and not too informal, right? Maybe after the transaction, right, you send in a package and you request for a meeting, right, just for a visitation. If he grants it, you go to his office and you have a discussion, right? In that sense, it's not too formal, it's informal. He has bought from you, right? And this is a client realtor relationship, and then you can now have that conversation face to face, personally. It works all the time.
You better write that one down. You better write that tip down,
It works
because
all the time.
I think it's something that pays dividends. It's something that, because if you not do that again for the next 2, the first she gave you, if you do that again, they too will do it, or someone like that, they'll be
It will be like a chain.
like a chain.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. So, okay. So you talked about engaging. You talked about having your what do you call it now? Your labeling.
Okay.
Your labelings. Okay. Do you have ready-made templates? Do you believe in ready-made, or you just follow one after the other? Do you have ready-made templates you're using?
I do.
Sorry, please. After this question, we'll take questions, so you can start putting your questions in the comment section. we'll take any questions you might have. All right, sir.
Okay, so of course, there are times when you have template for some similar clients or similar prospects, right? And there's some times when you just want, maybe the conversation or or the relationship, it's not really peculiar to the template you have. So you just have to probably think about something else and just
Okay.
because you're dealing with human beings, right?
Yes.
They're not robots, and sometimes you just have to speak to their feelings.
Yeah.
Speaking to their feelings in a way that whatever you're writing, it's coming from a deep part of you, and you're trying to relate that on an emotional basis, right? But having a template is good because it saves you time, and stress. At times when you want to send out a message and you're so tired, and instead of typing a message for 5-6 people over and over again, you just have a template that you've prepared, and you can just edit the names and send it.
Okay.
So I do templates, and also I do
spontaneous personal. Yes. Okay. All right. So please, if you have any questions for Prof, you can drop them right now. We'll take them. I'm not seeing any questions yet. It's like all of us understood, or we just grabbed it. I actually think it's very simple. You just like that strategy now, that gift strategy, and just not to a house. I like that. I feel like it's something. I feel like something you can just make it a habit. Make it a habit, so that you can keep fostering relationships and building relationships.
And let me add, this is really important, very, very important. This post-service, post-closing service is really important, because it is even after you've closed that the real work starts. That's just it. Documentation, basic information to your clients, update of the projects to your clients. It's not like I've bought and you're just leaving your clients to follow up, or you're saying that this is not my business anymore and all that. No, it doesn't pay you, right? It's not going to get you any referral, and your relationship with the client will dwindle. You understand? So after closing, it is paramount that you take it upon yourself to follow up on the documentation. The client, has he gotten his contract of sales? Has he gotten his documents and all that? So you interact with the company because you are the face of the company to the client.
Yeah.
So you interact with the company, you make sure the client gets what he wants.
Yes.
Right? Aside that, what about project updates? Okay, he buys maybe a building, right? It's off plan. Right? How often do you go to site to check up on this project and even send an update to your client? Even without him asking, he doesn't really have to ask. Right? You go to site, you check it for updates, and then you relate to clients. You understand? So by so doing, there is this appreciation of, I like what you're doing, and you care about my investment, and that's why you're following up. Thank you very much, because they know that not everybody, people don't do this. You understand? So it's really, really important. It fosters this personal relationship with clients, and they would even encourage your clients to be willing to refer you to his friends, because he's seeing that side of it that is so caring, and he would want you to handle his friends' investment also. So it's important.
And thank you for bringing that back up, because I'm going to ask you about that handling clients' investments. Yes, that's another separate business. So that's actually like, if let's say you've probably closed like 50 clients this year, and all of them have at least a total investment somewhere. Some of them can recruit you as manager. Wow. Wow.
The whole lot of advantage to it.
There is.
It is strenuous, it is stressful for you to do, but it is your job to do it.
Yes.
It is your job to do it, and you have to do it. And once you do it, you will see that you start reaping the benefit of what comes with it. Very important.
Yeah. So please, questions. Do we have questions? I'm not seeing any questions.
People are intelligent people.
I'm telling you.
They know all these things.
I will implement. Yes. Real touchy. Thank you. Yes, me too. In fact, that's I already have some clarity actually on something I was doing. You just gave me some serious clarity. So okay, I learned about something, the 33 touch system.
Okay.
Yes, I think we posted it on our Avengrid. You can go and check it out. 33 touch system about touching up with clients 33 times in a year, and it was so profound. Do you have something like that? Do you have the number of times or the number of times to guide you? You're talking to someone, and what you are saying that time. Let's say you said, okay, out of 33 times, 12 times about product knowledge,
Okay.
10 times about normal catching up,
Yeah.
18 times is about some. Do you understand? So is there a system like that you have?
Okay. I have a system like that. It's not really that similar with
Okay.
what you're saying, but it's quite close, right? So let's say, for example, I have Mr. Lagbaja as a client, right? Of course, I always try as much as possible to understand my client's routine. Work routine, off work routine. You understand? So, and it's really, really important. So I know better to not call some of my clients on Mondays because I know they're quite busy. And they wouldn't, want that, right? And I know quite well to probably maybe every Friday to check on my client, right? Just have a light discussion with my client. My Friday calls are not about business. It's about, sir, how you doing, sir? Blah, blah, blah. Any Friday today? Are you going out today? You understand? So it fosters relationship, right? So it may not be documented, you understand? But I just take advantage of the days of the week, right? Days of the week in the sense that Mondays, no conversations, no phone talks, just messages. Happy New Week, sir. Hope you're having a good day. Hope Monday is not being too stressful. You understand? Just drop it. They smile. You understand? You're not disturbing. You're just giving them that impression that you care about them.
Does that not frustrate you if they don't reply? Sometimes they don't reply.
They don't reply, but just know that they see it. Okay, let's say for it. Sometimes you get messages from people, right? And you're so busy that you've forgotten to reply, or maybe you don't even want to reply. But the real essence is that when you see that message, at that instant you think about that person. At that instant you think about that person. You understand? Yeah. So what happens is when you're now sending another message, or when that person now sends in another message later on, what comes to your mind?
I didn't really. It feels so bad.
I should have replied and all that. So it is as much as dropping messages on Mondays are okay. Follow up is really important.
Yeah.
But you must be so careful that you don't become a pest. You understand? You must be so careful. So Mondays, just messages of how you doing, sir. Tuesday, no calls. Wednesday, call to check up. You understand? Now, it's not dependent on if you have new project updates, right?
Yeah.
So you're not talking about the same thing over and over again, right? He bought maybe a unit of 3-bedroom from you, and you have a new project, which is a landed property. You understand? So you have to communicate that to him, and you have to make it look like you're looking up for his own investment. You understand? This is not about you, this is about him. So there's a new project update. I think this will interest you. Please kindly avail me a convenient time to call you. You are seeking for his permission, and when he sees, okay, all right, you can call me by 6, and then you call him and then you explain everything and all that. So even if he doesn't buy immediately, it doesn't really show that interest. Believe me, it is registered. It's registered. So weekly follow-up. There's a monthly follow-up, and there is this ceremonial follow-ups. Ceremonial follow-ups in the sense that the Muslim categories and Christian categories.
Okay.
Understand? It is important that maybe during Christmas, you reach out to your clients, right? You send gifts, and you even visit them personally. You understand? Maybe even for Islamic celebrations and all that, you send them messages, you even visit them and all that. Don't say, oh, I'm a Christian, my client is a Muslim, and then you say, okay, because of that. You don't, no. It shouldn't be. that way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. We should look beyond religion. We should look beyond religion because
I mean, this person is a human being, like.
yeah, obviously, because when you're telling him to invest,
Yeah,
right,
you don't care.
you
you don't care what
you
anybody.
understand. So that shouldn't be a barrier
Yes.
at all. Shouldn't be a barrier.
Yes. Yes. I like this. I know birthdays.
Birthdays.
You know their birthday. You know their spouse's birthday.
Very, very important. And it is important for you to, like I said, routines and try as much as possible to know a little bit about their personal lives. You understand? Care. Your client may post his wife's birthday, right? That is like an opportunity for you to even know about your client. And those are, oh, happy birthday to your wife, blah, blah, blah. You understand? And then you just stylishly ask some questions. So, oh, when is your anniversary? You understand? He tells you, you record it. You understand? So things like that matters. So anniversaries, birthdays, any form of celebrations, anything you can think of. That's an opportunity for you to reach out and for you to show your touch.
Wow, thank you so much, Prof. Thank you. This has really been enlightening, really, and a lot of clarity, also, and also a lot of there's work to do.
There's work.
there's absolutely a lot of work to do. So from my end, I'm not seeing any questions actually. Everybody just saying yes, like this.
People are cold. It's cold.
Are you guys in the rain? Sorry, because rain beats me today. See, I'm trying to keep warm.
It's good.
But yeah, I feel you. So in that case, thank you so much, Prof. Really. Me, I'll still see you behind camera because
No problem.
I need some more tips.
So I said I was going to tell the story of how I got to the name.
Yes. Before I forget, yes, please. How did you get the name Prof?
So when I joined the company, we have trainings, yeah, and I'm this inquisitive person. I ask questions a lot.
I think I can relate.
From the first time meeting Mr. Wale, to when we have people who would come to train us and all that, right? Because come on, I'm coming into the real estate system industry and I have little knowledge about. Yeah, so I was asking questions and all that, and I didn't know people were just taking note that okay, this guy asks questions a lot, right? And somehow I don't know why they feel my question is constructive in a way. Yeah. So there was a meeting we had with Mr. Wale, and he had probably experienced this before, and I was asking questions. So he just called me. He said I look like a prof. He said I look like a prof because he was asking questions about, okay, what do you want to do? Blah, 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 blah. I told him, okay, I would like to probably, I wanted to be an academician, further my education, blah, blah, and all that. I said, no wonder you look like a prof. You understand? And it sticks, and before you know it, people in that meeting started calling prof. And he himself, the next day he saw me, he called me prof. And before you know it, prof. And they said that most times when I speak in meetings, I use big language, big grammars and all. I don't know. I'm not aware of that.
I think so. I should know. Even during our meetings, you always have this dimension that everybody's looking at. I'm like, that's why they call him prof.
I think it's just exaggeration, and people are just.
See, if you're good, you're good. If you're good, you're good. If you're good, you're good. All right, let me see. How did you get the name prof? Yeah, he just answered.
Who asked that question?
Wale Prime. Yes. Yeah. So that's Prof for you, and that's why you can see why it's called Prof. He has a lot of knowledge on how to even keep in touch with which of your clients, those that have not closed, those that have closed, especially those that you've closed, because it talks about those you've closed, right? After closing, how you keep staying in their memory, how you don't look like someone that just wants to take their money and run away, right? Because and do you know something? It's so. I think it's so. That's like the mainstream idea. When you see salesperson, this person wants calling my money. This person wants calling my money. So it's do you know? But if you see the glass half full, you know that's an opportunity for you to stand out. Because imagine after you close someone and you just reach out to them, maybe 2 weeks later, and say, "Oh, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying your investment." Or okay, maybe you sold the house to them now. Hope you're enjoying your house. So you can see how easy it is to stand out. They will just keep trusting you and keep sending you briefs and, oh, I want this person wants this, call him, this person will call you, all of that. Referrals, in a sense, you understand? So, all right, thank you so much.
One more thing.
Okay.
One more thing. You must also make a client feel like, not just feel, a client must have that impression like, this guy is on my side. Because a lot of times...
Not the company side.
Yes. And we are just like a bridge, between the client and the company and all that. We represent the company and also we also represent the client. So we have to know how to, manage the two both parties. You understand? But you have to, in every way, make your client have the impression, understand that you are with him. You understand? Because above everything else, he is your client. You are representing him. You are like the manager of his portfolio, of his investment and all that. So you have to give him that assurance, like, I'm here for you, right? I'm your mouth, I'm your mouth, I'm your hair, I'm your advisor, I'm your counselor, I'm your representative, and all that. So you sometimes when maybe the client and the company are probably having a strained relationship, it is up to you to just be that liaison, you understand, that settles it, and also even if he's not there, be there for him. Be in the face of be his representative in the face of the company and all that. I assure you, when that issue is resolved, and he has the deep sense that, oh, this my realtor was there for me, and I have a lot of examples of my client that have said, Ayo, I'm really grateful. Thank you very much for this update. Thank you very much for what you've done and all that. You understand? This is an automatic referral for you. It's an automatic referral. When they have a friend, guess what? The name that automatically comes to their head is you. You understand? You're getting that referral.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, really, really. So the recording of this is going to be on the page and also on YouTube. So do well to check it out. Watch it and at least remind yourself of these things in case you've forgotten. All right, realtors. See you later. More sales.